Hello, second grade. Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, second grade. So nice to be back with you again. Mr. Carr is graduating college, and pretty soon he'll have a classroom of his own. So maybe your paths will cross again sometime. All right, my friends. This is what we're going to do today. Why don't we start with our warm-ups? And I've got some new ones for you. So let me share our screen. See, I didn't forget to do everything, how to do everything while Mr. Carr was here. We have a roller coaster today. I thought that would be really fun as we're getting ready for Kennywood Day. So why don't we do this with, now we're not going to scream like we would on a roller coaster because that would really hurt our voice. We can try, like that. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. I want to put my hands up like I'm on a roller coaster, but I have to move the cursor too. So I'm putting one hand up, but you can put them both up. Let's try it. Ready? Ooh, a loop-de-loop. Let's try it with, how about ooh, since it's a loop-de-loop. 1, 2, ready, go. Ooh. And how about wee? 1, 2, ready, go. Wee. Look at this one. Let's do ah again. Ready, go. Ah. And let's do we. Ready, go. Wee. And let's do ooh. Ready, go. Ooh. And how about ah? Ready, go. Ah. And let's do we. Ready, go. Wee. And there's the end of the roller coaster. Good job, everybody. All right, now we can do human piano. Let's do that. Let's start with so ready, sing. Let's try that last one again. So, do. Can you do it again? Ready, go. So, do. I have a book that we're going to do together, and your part in this book is going to be so, do. Can you sing that? Ready, sing. So, do. I love this book. Let me stop sharing my screen. All right, I have a book to share with you today, and this is probably one of my most favorite music class books. It is called Good Night, Good Night. And the night, N-I-G-H-T, like nighttime, and then there's K-N-I-G-H-T, like the knight in shining armor. And in this book, there are a lot of sound effects we can do. There is a horse galloping. So you could do that on your table. Or if you have something that you could use for a horse galloping in music class, I like to use a wood block like this. In this book, there is a nighttime watch, and you could think of something you could use to make what time it is. Maybe I can use this triangle here. Let me find. It was 2:00. How about that? But there is also a song, and this song goes like this. Good night, good dragons, sleep well, sleep tight. Could you sing that with me? Ready? Good night, good dragons, sleep well, sleep tight. And I'm going to show you, let me share my screen, back to the song. Good night, good dragons, sleep well, sleep tight. So me, so me, so me, so do. Can you sing that with me? Ready? So me, so me, so me, so do. Let's sing the words. Ready? Good night, good dragons, sleep well, sleep tight. And if you wanted to, if you have an instrument that is like a piano, or you have a xylophone. I have a xylophone here. I need to get one more mallet. Give me a second. All right. You can play C and G. Oops. Good night, good dragons, sleep well, sleep tight. You can play C and G on your instrument to accompany the little song that is in this book. All right, without further ado, we'll get on with our book. Good night, good night. Once there were 3 little dragons. They lived in a dark cave. The cave was in a dense forest. The forest was in a faraway kingdom. The poor little dragons were very lonely in their deep, dark cave. In the kingdom there was a good knight. Every night he kept watch. He watched from a crumbly, tumbly tower. It was on top of a very tall wall. One night, the good knight was on his watch, and he heard a very large, very loud roar. What did that sound like? Can you do that? Yeah, good. So the good knight left the crumbly, tumbly tower. He climbed down the very tall wall. He jumped on his horse. Away, he said. Can you gallop? He galloped through the king's forest. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. He came to the deep, dark cave. Inside, he saw the first little dragon. What's this? He asked. Methinks it is a dragon. And he drew his shimmery, glimmery sword. The dragon had on his jammies. He was all ready for bed. Oh, good, you have come, said the dragon. Oh, nope, it's the dragon. Oh, good, you have come, said the dragon. Could you bring me a drink of water? Please, then I can go to sleep. The good knight did not know what to think, but he was a good knight. So he got a drink of water. He gave it to the dragon. Then he tucked him into bed. All right, we're going to sing the song. Ready? Good night, good dragons. Sleep well, sleep tight, said the good knight, and he galloped away. The good knight went back through the king's forest. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. He got off his horse. Thud. He climbed up the very tall wall to the crumbly, tumbly tower. There he stood on watch. He stood on watch for 5 minutes. And if you have something, you can make the sound of the 5. And then he heard another very large, very loud roar. Ready? I don't believe this, he said. He left the crumbly, tumbly tower. He climbed down the very tall wall. He jumped on his horse. Away, he cried. He galloped through the king's forest. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. He came to the deep, dark cave. The second dragon was in her jammies. She was all ready for bed. Oh, good, you have come, said the second dragon. Could you read me a story, please? Then I can go to sleep. And could I have another drink of water? Said the first dragon. The good knight did not know what to think, but he was a good knight. So he read the dragon a story. Then he tucked her into bed. He got the first dragon another drink of water. Then he tucked him into bed. Good night, good dragons. Sleep well, sleep tight, said the good knight. Then he galloped away. The good knight went back through the king's forest. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. He got off his horse. Thud. He climbed up the very tall wall to the crumbly, tumbly tower. There he stood on watch. He stood on watch for 2 minutes. Let's see if he can do 2 minutes. Then he heard another very large, very loud roar. "This is too much," he said, and he left the crumbly-tumbly tower. He climbed down the very tall wall. He jumped on his horse. "Away!" he cried. He galloped through the king's forest. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. He came to the deep, dark cave. The third dragon had on his jammies. He was all ready for bed. "Oh, good, you have come," said the third dragon. "Could you sing me a song, please? Then I can go to sleep." "And could you read me another story?" said the second dragon. "And could you get me another drink of water?" said the first dragon. The good knight did not know what to think, but he was a good knight, so he sang the dragon a song. Then he tucked him into bed. He read the second dragon another story. Then he tucked her into bed. He got the first dragon another drink of water. Then he tucked him into bed. Let's sing the song. Ready? "Good night, good dragons, sleep well, sleep tight," said the good knight, and then he galloped away. The good knight went back through the king's forest. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. He got off his horse. Thud. He climbed up the very tall wall to the crumbly-tumbly tower. There he stood on watch. He stood on watch for 1 minute. Then he heard the largest, loudest roar of all. "Not again," he said. He left the crumbly-tumbly tower. He climbed down the very tall wall. He jumped on his horse. "Away!" he cried. He galloped through the king's forest. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. He came to the deep, dark cave. "Oh, good! You have come," said all three dragons. "Let me guess," said the good knight. "Another drink of water?" "No," said the dragon. "Another story?" "No," said the second dragon. "Another song?" "No," said the third dragon. "Then what do you want?" cried the good knight. "We need a good night kiss," said all three dragons, and they lifted their scaly little cheeks. "This is going too far," said the good knight. But he was a good knight, so he bent and kissed each scaly little cheek. Let's sing this song. Ready? "Good night, good dragons, sleep well, sleep tight," he said. And the dragon said, "Good night, good night." Then the good knight left the cave. He waited outside. He heard the loud dragon snores. What does that sound like? Nice. Then the good knight went home through the king's forest. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. He got off his horse. Thud. "Now," said the good knight, "maybe I can get a good night's sleep." And that is just what he did. Sleep well, sleep tight. Good night. Let's sing the song one last time before we go. Ready? "Good night, good dragons, sleep well, sleep tight." Good job. All right, before we go, we have a new composer of the month. His name is Prokofiev. And Prokofiev was a Russian composer who wanted to teach kids about all the instruments in the orchestra. So he made up a story called Peter and the Wolf. And you might remember this from kindergarten because we did this a little bit in kindergarten. Every animal in the story has, well, not even just animal, every character in the story has an instrument to go with it. So today, if you see the videos, I put the music for the bird and the cat. So I want you to watch and see if you can see what instrument is for the bird and what instrument is for the cat. So go ahead and watch those videos. There is nothing to turn in today. I hope you enjoyed our story. I hope you enjoy the videos and our new composer of the month. And I will see you next time. Ready? Music time is over, but everything's okay. We'll be back together on another day. Music time is over, but you don't have to get in line. Thank you for the music. Now I'm feeling fine. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye.